Alrighty, first kingdom. This looks strong. So we've got Recruiter and King's Court, two of the best cards in the game. Plus Gear, Encampment, all that strong. We got Trashing, Draw, Action, Buys. Lots going on. So Trashing is just Recruiter, which is not amazing at trashing coppers, but that should be more than fine. We got plenty of draw. Probably not too important to trash all the coppers. We got draw with Gear, Moat, Encampment, Catacombs. King's Court on Secret Passage or Recruiter would be draw. Action is Festival, Encampment, King's Court, Recruiter. Plus Buy, Festival, Capital. So where's this going? Oh, we have a Cardinal. I think I just kind of mentally blocked out Cardinal for the first minute of this, but Cardinal looks obnoxious. So, gosh, I hate Cardinal. There's a reason it's on my dislike list. Cardinal is a weak enough card usually to not be bannable, just because like most of the time you can ignore it and things will be fine. But when it's good, it's really obnoxious. It's like Swindler Light. And I feel like this is going to be one of those kingdoms. Because with King's Court, the thing you're going to be looking for in the mid to end game is action-based payload. Because like you can't King's Court a Capital or a Gold, but you can King's Court a Cardinal or a Festival. And Cardinal just looks like it might decimate their deck. Like you King's Court a bunch of Cardinals and exile like everything except their King's Courts. That's just pain in the butt. Yeah, this kingdom would be much nicer with that Cardinal. Maybe we can block it. Like you could reliably top deck a Moat with Secret Passage every turn. A little bit out of the way because those aren't cards you naturally most want. But that might be worth it, especially if they invest heavily in Cardinal. Not that you want Cardinal early. I think the opening here is just Gear, Silver, get a Recruiter, and go from there. Okay, so he hits Recruiter turn 3. I don't think that should be a big difference as long as I don't miss my Gear. Yeah, this is totally fine. I think we've got more or less equivalent openings here. Like the turn 3, turn 4 buy order is going to be reversed, but either way, we hit Recruiter and set 2 cards aside for turn 5. Okay, he bought Encampment instead. I guess that's something of a difference. Maybe he's going for an early Gold? Is that important? I feel like that's not important. I don't want Encampment enough to justify getting a Gold, do I? Like Encampment certainly looks not bad. Encampment's usually not bad, but I don't think it's an early game priority. Plus Buy isn't super abundant. He doesn't even have a Festival yet, so it's not like you can pick them up trivially. And Gold's not going to be your main source of payload, at the very least. He's already lost it. Okay, he got himself a King's Court. I have bottom decked, well, not bottom decked. My Recruiter is in the bottom half of cards, which is disappointing. I'd be much, much happier if it was in this top half, like Tracer's Draw, because then it would go back in the shuffle. I don't think I should buy King's Court here, because if I do, I'm just lining it up with a Gear. Maybe that's still fine, actually. The alternative is Festival, I think, for plus Buy. Maybe get King's Court now and Festival next turn. I'll take it. I mean, it's a good enough card that even if it has a suboptimal target, it's still probably worth putting in the deck. Oh, this is a pretty nice draw, actually. Okay, so I want to hit exactly 5 while setting aside as many cards as I can. Even if that means my King's Court gets set aside, I think I'm fine with that. Let's just set aside 2. Set aside 2. I can't fail to hit 5. I mean, worst case scenario, I draw my estate and... Oh, no, I could draw 2 estates. Let's just set aside 1 then. And I'll set aside 2. I'll take Festival. So he's already got a Cardinal. That's just how it's going to be, I see. My Recruiter is being very uncooperative. I can't complain because, like, otherwise I think my draw's been pretty fine. But this dang Recruiter is making my life harder than it needs to be. So I've got 11 money here. I'm going to be playing the Festival because I need 2 buys. That could be King's Court Gear, Festival Catacombs, Festival Recruiter. I think I only want 1 Recruiter. If I need to trash faster, I can just King's Court it on one of the turns to get some extra trashing in. So probably not second Recruiter. Festival Catacombs seems okay. I think I like that. You jerk. You absolute jerk. How can you do this? Which of these do I value less at the moment? I'm gonna have to rebuy one of them. I guess I'm happier rebuying Festival. Okay, let's King's Court Recruiter. Get in some trashing. And so now we're going to take Festival back and another draw card, I guess. Maybe it's time to get moats. I guess we're taking moat now because someone had to go and get a Cardinal. I'm not going to forget this. Haha, can't cardinal me now. That's good looking cards. I'll take you. I probably want a King's Court Festival this turn. So maybe let's just draw. So I said King's Court Festival, there we go. Set aside 2 cards. And another King's Court. I feel like that's pretty automatic. I could do like Moat Cardinal. Sure. Don't want any surreptitious cardinaling to happen. At some point, I think what I want to do is just add like a singular secret passage and then top deck 1 moat every turn. I didn't want to do it that turn though, just because adding payload seemed kind of important. I expect now that I've got a cardinal, that'll be enough to induce him to pick up some moats of his own, and then getting a lot of cardinals won't be very important. Just the 1 cardinal will be enough to provoke him into getting moats, which he otherwise might not want so much. Done setting aside. I wanted to find my other King's Court. I played this badly. This is a bad play order. That was stupid. I was getting too greedy looking for lining up King's Court and King's Court, and I've done that at the cost of wasting one of them. That was silly and entirely my fault. I should have King's Courted the moat. Anyways, what am I doing now? Take another King's Court, I think. Passage now? I don't need a passage yet. Well, maybe I do. I have to do another passage and another moat. That's fine. I still think I'm in a fine position here. I've got more plus buy than he does and more King's Courts at the moment, despite being player 2. I don't know where I got that lead. Might have been that nice King's Court gear turn. Well, that's a pretty good turn from him. Okay, so I think I want to lead with Catacombs. That's what I want to see. Thank you very much. Now we're going to King's Court Recruiter, I guess. Trash all that. I want to find another King's Court, so I guess I'm King's Courting Moat. And I don't need so many buys, so one of these King's Courts can go towards that. Turns out he has a moat, no big deal. Let's top deck one moat. Oh, oops, I can't do that. I want to play this gear. I didn't draw anything. I gotta play this first. Now I top deck the moat. If I did it the other order, obviously I would just untop deck the moat by playing the gear. Okay, so now we have to be very cognizant of piles here. So he's got 2 festivals, so at maximum he has 7 buys if he King's Courts both of those. And he can trash the Catacombs for 1 additional game, which is 8. 8's not enough to threaten the pile, unless I lower things a bunch. But I think I could put myself in a position where I could threaten to pile if he does nothing about it. What does that look like? Well, it probably means 1 more King's Court at the very least. Yeah, I think I want to angle towards threatening to pile out King's Court Festival Moat to force him to green some next turn, maybe, is an idea. So I'd like to lower those piles to 9, I think. That makes sense to me, because that's out of his reach. My deck can do more than 8 gains. At the moment they're at 11, so I could take like 2 more. Maybe 1 more King's Court, 1 more Festival, 1 more Catacombs. Yeah, I like that. And I think I'm now threatening a pile out. If all goes well, it seems likely I could pile those out, provided he doesn't green. So now he's going to have to take, like, I don't know, a province or 2, I think. Not that that's horrible or anything. This is going to be a tricky endgame, for sure, because these decks can potentially do a whole lot as far as money and gains goes. I expect him to probably do, like, double province and some stuff here. And then I'll have to think seriously about how many provinces I want to take on the following turn. I don't think I can do 6 provinces, so that's not going to be the answer. So this turn he collided his King's Court with both of the festivals and the Cardinal. So I think this represents more or less the maximum his deck can currently do, which is 18 plus however many treasures he has in hand. I assume he's counting up his buys now before playing the treasures, so he knows how many treasures he can afford to set aside with gear. Because maybe you can only afford to set aside like 1 or 0 coppers if there's a specific set of cards you want to buy. But anyways, I mean, he's probably already at or close to triple province. I trashed the silver, didn't I? No, that was him. Okay, he does have a silver. He does have 5 coppers. Yeah, so he's at 23 money, I think, at the moment. Which is just shy of triple. If he adds 1 more payload card of any sort, actually even without 1 more payload card of any sort, he can theoretically triple, because he's got a Catacombs in there. Oh, no. He does not. He's trashed his Catacombs. I misspoke. Okay. Okay, yeah, so he would need 1 more payload. I was going to say, if he still had his Catacombs, he could trash that for like a silver or something, and then hit 24 next turn. But at the moment, I think he's just like 1 coin shy of triple. So if he takes like 2 provinces and then some payload card, then probably he could do 3 next turn. In which case, it's probably in my interest to lower provinces down to 4. Okay, so he looks like he just top decked a moat and then took 1 province. And he's okay. Interesting. What do I lead with here? I want to King's Court as many festivals as I can. So maybe I lead with Catacombs. That looks pretty good to me, I think. Let's put that on bottom. I was hoping to draw a second King's Court here, but no such luck. Okay. So I'm going to go King's Court, Festival, Moat. Go King's Court, Festival, Cardinal. And let me just check to see if there's a win real fast. I mean, definitely theoretically enough in terms of gains. King's Court, 3 festivals, 3 moats. That costs 7 plus 15 is 22 plus 6 is 28. So it cost me 28 to empty piles. And then I would need to get Province Duchy, which is another 13. No, Province Double Estate is cheaper. So another 12. So I said 28 plus 12 is 40. So I'm out of range of the pile out, it looks like. Right. I'm looking at 36, assuming I trash Catacombs with a Recruiter. So he's just narrowly evaded the pile out. I mean, I of course could have taken like Capital instead of Catacombs or something last turn, but if I did that, maybe he just double provinces instead. But I don't think I have a win here. Actually, let me look at the estate pile real fast. That might be too many gains for me, but that might be easier. So I have 13 gains. What if I did 7 estates, 3 moats, King's Court, Duchy? That would be a win. That's 7, 10, 11, 12 gains. I've got enough buys and gains for that. That would cost me 14 for estates, 21 with the King's Court, 27 with the moat, and then I would need 32. I think I've got that much, don't I? I do think I have that. Let's do that. Let's double check this. 14, 21, 27, 32, and that's only 12 buys. I've got that in the bag. Let's get ourselves another moat. Just kill these other 2. You can get a province if you wanted to, but I said Duchy. I'm a man of my word. Okay, game 1.